Hello everybody, Cadet B here, and in this video I will be discussing some pieces of advice that I would give new cadets in JROTC, and if you do not want to watch this video, feel free to look in the description where I will leave a bulleted list of the advice that I will be giving in this video, so let's jump right into it. My first piece of advice is more of a concept that needs to be understood, and that is how on the first day of school, everyone is still able to achieve anything they want. However, after the first day of school, people are going to be making decisions about everything, who they want to hang out with, or maybe what classes they want to take or how seriously they take those classes. And those decisions are going to end up closing some doors. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to close some doors. However, you want to make decisions that allow as many doors to stay open as possible. So now that we have that concept out of the way, let's start talking about the actual advice. First point being to always take the initiative. By taking the initiative, you are showing that you are willing to step outside of your comfort zone to help others achieve something they otherwise wouldn't have. And upper leadership, cadets, and your instructors will notice these things and will keep that in mind as the year progresses when they begin considering people for next year's positions. My second piece of advice would be to respect others. I know this sounds pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised by how many cadets take advantage of the rank and position that they hold to belittle other cadets and boss them around. When you're in a position of leadership, make sure you do not belittle other cadets. Always be supportive, be open to other ideas, but do not yell at people. Yelling at people will only make people lose respect for you. My final piece of advice would be simply to try. Something my dad likes to tell me is that there's two things you need to do to get a B in a class. First, you need to show up, and second, you need to turn in your work on time. Now, if you want to get an A in a class, there's a third extra thing you need to do, and that is to try. For a normal class, that would simply mean to study prior to taking a quiz or a test. While the same does go for JROTC, there's more to JROTC than just taking notes. That's not all you do all the time. It's also important to be involved in your corps. For example, maybe consider joining one of the extracurriculars that it provides, such as drill, rifle, raider. There's so many things that you can join. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should spend all of your time doing extracurriculars, working out, studying. Of course, you're in high school, you're still a kid, you need to have fun. So go hang out with some friends, but you need to put a bit of an emphasis on doing these extra things to stay a level ahead of your peers to ensure the best results in your following years. That concludes my list of advice that I would give a cadet in JROTC. For those of you who have something else in mind, feel free to leave it in the comments below. See ya.